Keep it locked to A Square Podcast. That's right.
What up, baby?
Hey, this K Kemp, and you rocking with the A Square Podcast.
Be sure to click and subscribe.
Cornbread.
What up, dog? DJ A-Ron, A Square Podcast.
Good information on entrance to the trade.
Make sure you subscribe and share.
Also turn those notifications on to the podcast.
Always keep your shoes by your feet.
By your feet. Mr. Cornbread.
All right, y'all ready? I got some water.
At least you healthy with it.
Yeah, I got some water too.
Who you got back there laughing, man? Who was that?
Hi, Aura.
Uh-oh.
I told you we were getting
Uh-oh.
ready to go out.
That's good.
I literally told Kai, I said, you need to be silent this whole time because you silence your phone, all that. Look at her laughing. Look at her already.
Yeah. Well, no, hey, welcome to the A Square Podcast. Today we have episode 115. And I'm going to tell y'all a surprise. You guys are our 30th guest on the show. Y'all didn't know that. So, look at that. Today, like I said, this is A Square Podcast. DJ Aaron right now, he's taking care of some business, nothing bad. So shout out to DJ Aaron. Also shout out to all the listeners and viewership. And this episode is also sponsored by Wolf Mane Beard Products. So make sure you go out to the website, get you some Wolf Mane. Christmas is coming up, so look good. Use promo code A2P and you'll be crispy, man. But today, this is a good episode, man. I'm excited. We have plenty of people who come on, and as soon as you come on the show, you're family, right? You the A Squared Podcast family for life. But today we got some real family on, man. So I'm gonna introduce ladies first. I got one of my little sisters. I got a lot of little sisters, but one of them today, she's been a listener from day one. Latifah, welcome to the A Square Podcast.
What's up?
and then also we got Aaron's cousin, man. So he my cousin too. He's everybody crazy cousin, crazy uncle, man. But cousin Jamie, what up? Talk to me, man.
Man, I am so honored to be on the A Square Podcast. I have wanted ever since DJ A-Ron and Cornbread got this going. I have wanted to be a part and have a part. And finally, Tonio asked me to come on here and fill a gap. And I'm just honored to do that. Latifah, it's really nice to meet you.
Yes.
I've seen pictures and whatnot of you on different social media. So it's nice to finally meet you. You have an amazing older brother. He is a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Yes, I know that. He is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
One more disclaimer.
Go ahead.
I would just like to clear my name.
Yes.
If you are a frequent listener to the A Square Podcast, whenever there's a story about Jamie, it comes up that I am in different places that Aaron likes to speak of me being in. And that is not true. We since Aaron's not here, I'm not going to get into the specifics, but anything that Aaron says about Jamie is not true. Take it with a grain.
100% not true, or like 50, 70%? What you think? Yeah, look at him. Look.
Not 100%. But we're gonna go
80%.
Yeah, it's probably about 95% not true.
All right.
A little bit of truth, but not quite. Not quite. Little twist on it.
Just a little bit.
That's cool. So to the listeners out there, these are two individuals that are, near and dear to my heart, and Aaron's too. And also, are day one, right? So from episode 1, they've been hitting me up, talking about certain things that, hey, do this, do that. I love this part. I don't love this part. You guys went layered in certain conversations, but these are some of the family and fans that we've been getting feedback from. So shout out to them. We'll get into, how people can reach you at the end, just in case they want to have a deeper conversation. But what's some of the highlights from this is episode 115? That's not easy, man. I know Jamie feels a little bit different, but it's episode 115. So talk us through, the journey. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, so what's some of the highlights over those years that you guys really enjoyed? Latifah, we'll go first with you.
Okay. So, me, I be hitting you up all the time, but I think so far, my favorite one is with the coronavirus topics. Always, I don't know, they're kind of funny, but definitely when that song. I remember that day like it was yesterday. When Aaron hit that song, that coronavirus is getting real, and I like paused it and I called you because I could not stop laughing. Yeah. That's like one of the highlights. And then every episode it give me a little something different. It's giving what it's supposed to give, So I think for sure all of them like that. The jump, all of them great.
Appreciate it. Jamie, what you got, man?
So, favorite episodes, I do really enjoy the A Square podcast. Definitely a listener from episode 1. I would say my favorite episodes, though, are the ones where Aaron and Cornbread, DJ Aaron and Cornbread, where they're just themselves, where it's just what it's like to be with them, just hanging out. I really, really like those episodes. I also have to say the episodes with Lisa, where she was on talking about nutrition, and that was really good. I really appreciated those episodes, and she's my wife's cousin, so I have to give that episode a little bit of spotlight. But more important than the episodes that I like, I got to point to the episodes that I don't like.
Okay, go ahead, please.
The episodes that I don't like, and the reason why Cornbread and DJ know that they are not on episode whatever number Cornbread threw out is because I do not like the best of episodes. Okay. We only on, this is A Square podcast number 57 right now, because they will drop a best of episode just out of nowhere. So no, I love giving them a hard time about that, but they do a wonderful job. I'm so proud to just be able to call them my family. I really am. They're doing a wonderful job, and keep up the good work, man. Keep them coming. I love the content.
And appreciate it. And like I said, man, this is our job basically, right? So even though we work in our profession somewhere else, this is still our baby, right? We own this thing, and I'm gonna treat it like as I do work 40 hours for this, right? So the reason, little backstory and behind the scenes. So the reason why we dropped the best of is because when we hit y'all with 8, 9, 10 episodes in a row, that's constant. New material, new interviews and stuff like that. So when we have stuff planned, we try to put something in the tuck. So at least that gives a chance for people to go back and listen to episodes. Maybe they missed a week or two or something like that. So that's just a little bit behind the scenes. But we have, like I said, you guys are our 30th interview, so far. And I don't even call them really interviews. I call them conversations, man. We've had R&B singers, we've had battle rappers, we've had professional, two professional NFL players. We had a Olympian. We had a professional soccer player. We've had chefs. We've had a helicopter pilot. Yeah. We've had, remember it was Valentine's Day. We had a matchmaker. Like,
that's it. Yes.
Come on, man. Hey, we try to hit different ranges of professionalism and ways to improve your life. So I would love to hear some of the favorite people that we've interviewed. Some of our top 9/11 survivor, veterans, everything. We try to cover everything. So what's some top interviews that you've heard and that you really took from this? So Jamie, you go first this time.
Man, interview really touched me. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it was the interview with the 9/11.
John Gilbride.
John Gilbride. That interview, it was really good. I really loved the way you and Aaron painted the picture of where you guys were at. Let us kind of see the age and what the country was like for you guys going through 9/11, but then to be able to see somebody boots on the ground that was there, that was in the middle of New York City and in the capacity that he was serving during that time, that was amazing to hear. And I really love the way you guys put those questions forth, but just hearing it from that perspective, it was very touching. I really, really enjoyed that interview. That was a good one from the A Square podcast.
Thank you. We still get hit up every day, and like I said, even his wife and kids thanked us because that's the first time he literally talked about it, right? And so when you were hearing it and we were hearing it, they were hearing it. So that episode really meant a lot to them. And Latifah, I don't want to steal your thunder. I don't know who you're going to say or multiple ones, but I definitely will not go a time without saying rest in peace to Jovita Moore, on our episode, man. That was, like I said, I don't know if that was her last interview that she did or not, but that happened. So make sure you guys go out and check out that episode. So Latifah, what you got for us?
I have to agree with Cuzzo over there.
Okay.
There we go.
That was definitely one of my favorites as well, only because, when that happened, I was also younger. So I didn't really remember it. And then when we got in school, of course, we learned about it. And just, hearing it, like I said, from somebody else's perspective was like really crazy because he was like real life in it. Like that's what he was there, felt it all, And then another one is definitely, our other sister, Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Elizabeth Pollitt. Yeah,
that interview was great too. That was a two-parter. I think that was what 25, 26, I believe, episode 25, 26.
And that was exclusive too.
Yeah, and here in Urbana, that was a rough time. Like that, that whole trial and with what happened and all the stuff we heard and didn't hear, and that kind of rocked Urbana, Champaign-Urbana a little bit. So those for sure was a great episode. And then the matchmaker one, that was my last one. That was hilarious. That was, me personally, I wouldn't do a matchmaking, person, but I thought that was a good one too.
Thank you. And behind the scenes on the Elizabeth one. So I went to a Colts game last year, and one of my good friends I've known since like middle school, high school, but I haven't seen him in a long time. He said, I saw him at the Colts game. I was like, man, I ain't seen you in a long time. What's up, man? He's like, man, I'm chilling. Hey, I want to tell you something. I'm like, what up? I'm thinking he's going to talk about the game, right? He was like, hey, I love the podcast. I'm like, man, I appreciate it, bro. Just make sure that y'all keep sharing it because we getting it out to the masses. He said, hey, bro, I ain't going to lie, man. I said, oh, shit, here we go. What up? He said, man, that one lady made me so mad. I said, who you talking about? He was like, the lawyer one who was defending the guy from U of I. I said, oh, snap.
She didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I think, like you said, it touched the heartstrings of people, pro or con. It didn't matter, but it was such a hot topic in Urbana, Illinois, and just the U of I campus and things like that. Somebody lost their life, right? So it's just funny how each interview, people can love it or hate it, but at least we're having those conversations.
Yeah, it's definitely needed.
Thank you. So speaking of, different things that are going on, even today, or I'm going to act like it's today, even though we'll put this episode out later, but there was some big news today. The past couple of weeks we've been talking about, we don't say names. We call fuck boys, man. We don't call names for negative stuff because I feel like people know those people more than the individuals who lost their lives. I really feel like that all the time. So obviously we're talking about the Kenosha trial and things like that. And this individual was found not guilty on all charges. So Latifah, I would love to hear, what was your take on it? When you found out the news.
Every time, like, it's crazy because I found out and I woke up from a nap. So I woke up already, killed my vibe. So every time like I hear something like this, I just think of that song. What's his name? Like Childish something.
Childish Gambino.
It's like this is America.
Mm-hmm.
This is America. Like every time I hear something, because it just breaks my heart because it's like, he can bring a weapon, not no little weapon, a big, weapon, a military type weapon across state lines, and then say he's defending someone. And then do this fake cry, y'all played it last episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys, I don't, and take pictures with the judge and the lawyers, and and just get away. And as soon as I saw that picture with him and the judge, I was like, yeah, we already know how this gonna go. Like it's just, and I just hope that everyone can try to not tear up everything because it's gonna be some problems out here. It is. But I just hope they don't, burn businesses down and try to take the calm way. But
they need to start having these trials or the verdicts on like weekdays, right? Like have it on a Tuesday night so people got to work the next day. Y'all be
I
having
don't
these
even think they
trials. It doesn't, but at least it'll deter 10% of the people because they got to work the next morning. Y'all starting on Friday? Man.
They trying to tear it up.
They for to burn it up for 3 straight days, boy.
Yeah, like, and it's not just the place that it's happening. It's gonna be all across the United States. That's the problem too. Like, but like I said, I just hope everybody just stay safe because it's gonna be. I think this one is honestly, this one gonna be the last straw. I really feel that way because what I see like on Facebook, how people acting on TikTok already. And like different like social medias, I feel like this one is gonna really be a problem. Like it's really gonna be a problem.
So Jamie, how you feel about it, man?
I when I look at the situations like this, I kind of try to zoom out and not really make myself emotional about it and looking at it from the white Black situation, and it really makes me sad to see the division that is in this country, the division that's in this world. These type of situations, it's like they magnify that separation and how divided we really are as a country and just as human beings. It truly. It's just disturbing to be able to see that. With this situation, I will stick to the A Square podcast tradition and not say the young man's name. But when I first thought about it, I thought that it was a person of color that he gunned down, until I started to really look at it. And I was kind of like, well, man, that was another white person that was out there supporting, that was protesting, that was in this situation. But at the end of the day, I don't really know what any of that solved. It didn't make anything better. It just brought more division to the situation that we're in. And that's the most unfortunate thing. I wish that we could get to a spot where we weren't seeing these type of things happen, whether you're Black, white, brown, purple, just not seeing this. It's just really, really unfortunate, and I don't know what it's gonna take to change it. So,
and that's I'm gonna say 2 things. I think I said this a long time ago. It's like saying you want to have a conversation with your wife, but you bring a knife though, and you like, I just want to talk to you. And then she shoots you because you got a knife and wanted to talk to her. And now you claim self-defense though. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you kind of sparked this conversation and sparked this, how people act and react to you, right? So it's like, it seems like if you're not a minority, you never get the reasonable doubt, right? And I think that's really the frustrating underlying issue is we never get to, the law never second guesses us and says, okay, well, I do see kind of how you got to that point. It's no, you did it. And if you're white or male or female, it's like, all right, yeah, we got to hear all the facts. And then all the jurors get a chance to dissect and see, so, and then the second thing is, this also shows people that the law doesn't mean if you're right or wrong. It's kind of who could argue the best. Right? Because it's clearly he's a 17-year-old with a weapon. You have to be 18, period. It doesn't matter. But that was dropped, right? Or he did kill people, but they charged him with 5 different degrees, and they have 3 degrees in those degrees, and they didn't charge him with anything. So it's like, all right, if it's not first degree, is it second? Is it third? Is it malfeasance? Is it this, that? They ain't even want, no, not guilty on all charges.
With this situation, the disparity between is they had to prove that he was guilty. Whereas if it was a minority, you have to prove that you're innocent. You know what I mean? So like right off the bat, if you're a minority, you're proving that you're innocent. Like it doesn't, because you're already guilty. As soon as you walk in there, you're a threat, you're guilty, period. Whereas for him, he walked in and it was, you got to prove that he's guilty. because he was already assumed innocent. Like there had to be a reason that he went and did this.
Right.
But I don't know if this is controversial, and we might even have to take this part out.
Go
The
ahead.
person that I had the most problem, what really, really bothered me the most in this whole situation was the fact that his mom drove him there. You know, like that just really blew my mind. I was like, what mother takes her child and delivers him into that situation? He could have not came out of there alive. You know what I mean? So who does that who puts their child in that situation?
But
that
you know,
part,
like
that bothered. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. Yeah. So like also to add on to that, not only that, but afterwards, they was all at a bar kicking it. After that, and then you know what's part, like that's not like, definitely that's the part that bothered me too. But the worst thing I feel like throughout the whole trial, not him getting acquitted and everything, is the fact that, you know, his bond was like $2 million, right? And like everyone got money to bond him out. I feel like that's the even bigger problem. You know, we got, you know, not to like to get off, you know, subject with this, is like, you know, kind of like with the vaccine too, we got all these homeless people, all these people in need of money that, you know, people try to build and, you know, get people to get off the streets and, you know, all this other programs no one can find money for.
Fact.
But you got something like the vaccine and something like this, like any white murderer shit, you got the people who shooting up schools, they bonds high too, and somehow everybody got money to bond these F boys out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a big problem with me. That I think blows me the most about everything.
Well, you know what that tells you? It tells you that there are more people. That person is just the poster for it. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of people out there that feel that exact same way, you know, and that's the scary part. Yeah. And that line is getting more and more clear of what people think in those situations.
And my problem, which both of y'all's is very valid, man. And I just want to add to it. My main problem was, I'm gonna say law enforcement. There's no way how I'm being called to that situation and I see somebody running at me or walking with me with an AR and I don't address that issue right there. Mm-hmm. Not, oh, you have an AR, that means you must be on my side. No, if you are, that means you have police identification, or you say, no, I have you have to show me something. If not, we'll sort that out later. You have to get down. I have to remove you from that weapon. And then the lawyers and your people will take care of that later. But until then, you're the threat. And for them to not even to bypass him, and they know it's an active shooter, it blows my mind, man. So that's just one of the small parts. Like I said, I think it's all bad. It's a whole bag of poop.
It is. It's a bad situation. It's a bad place that we live in. I just found out that a couple weeks ago that I'm going to be a grandpa. Cousin Jamie is going to be a grandpa, you know, so yeah. Congratulations to my son, little Jay, and his soon-to-be significant other, Madeline. Congratulations to them. I can't wait to find out what the baby will be. But that being said, when I think about the world that my grandson is going to grow up in, you know what I mean? It terrifies you, you know, and it's just not a good place. But at the same time, we have to take one step at a time and just shine a little light, you know what I mean? Like be a light bearer, you know, shine some positivity, because it eventually, we have to get there. We can't keep going this way. So that's
absolutely. So I definitely, you know, I check up on a lot of people check up on me. So I want to see how you guys are doing. So Latifah, how's your 2021 been so far? Any big plans for the rest of the year or maybe next year? And then how's work and life?
Well, this year, I mean, the beginning of the year was a little rough for our family. You know, the first what 2-3 months was very rough for our family. We lost, some people that we our hearts, the rest of the year just, got back in school, got my CNA license, and
Congratulations.
yeah, thanks. And now I'm working in the ER at a hospital. So that's the plus side, the beginning of my career, just setting up, the lines for my career, and yeah, trying to get my passport stuff together so I can go to Mexico.
What happened to your passport?
Sister.
What happened to your passport?
Oh, they got all this information. They took my birth certificate, they took a picture of my ID, 2 different applications, and they got the last letter of my last name wrong. I'm Latiful, apparently, to the United States of America.
Oh.
So me and my twin are celebrating our 24th in Mexico. So we'll see if we get here in time. Mia got hers, so it is correct.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
Reminded wrong.
Thank you. So Jamie, same question to you. How's your 2021 been? Any big plans coming up? And how are you with life, man?
First, you guys are family. So definitely I want to send condolences to you guys. I know the beginning of your year, it was a rough go of it. So definitely thoughts and prayers to you all for that. And to DJ too, I mean, the loss of a parent, I can't imagine. Fortunately, I still have both of my parents, but I know that's definitely weighing heavy on his heart. So my love definitely goes to him. For me, 2021, man, it's been a really, really busy go of it. Still trying to come out of COVID. I am in the childcare industry. My family, we own and run 2 daycare centers, birth to 6 years old. And with everything that's going on with COVID, it has been this regulation change, that regulation change, dealing with families, trying to keep them happy, but make them feel secure. That's one of our core values, is definitely earning families' trust. And with COVID, just them trusting that we're going to do everything we can to keep their little ones safe. So that's a huge responsibility that we take very seriously. And so my 2021 has been very busy navigating all of those things. Family wise, like I just mentioned, I found out I'm going to be a grandma. I mean,
a grandma. What?
Can we edit that part out?
It's 2021. You can identify as anything. So if
you know what I'm saying. I'm not identifying as a grandma.
You and Lil Nas X. You and Lil Nas X. I don't know what's going on.
I can't believe I just did that. But honestly, I just heard my wife come in the door. And so I was thinking about that. I was gonna say, hey grandma, say hi to the A Squared podcast.
That's your 50 or 95% truth.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. That's it. But no, I got that wonderful news that I'm gonna be a grandfather. And then I'm raising a 17-year-old daughter. So that is always an interesting situation. But I will say, my daughter, her name is Janai. She's a wonderful, wonderful young lady, and she's growing up. It's like one of those things where she's hit that switch, and it's like she's so mature now. So it's like having a genuine another woman in the house. It's almost like I got 2 wives, because she bosses me around. So that's kind of what my year has been like. But we're getting through it. We're managing. We're expanding. So things are real good.
That's good. Any, let's say, topics you want to talk about before I move on? Any things that you guys want to discuss? Sports. I know Latifah's a big Colts fan, so appreciate that. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and check that off.
I mean, anything else? What else y'all want to talk about, man?
My favorite movie that you keep pushing to the side.
Okay,
Queen of the Dam.
let the people know.
Cousin Jamie.
Okay.
Have you seen Queen of the Dam?
You know,
No, nobody seen it. Stop! Don't even lie. See,
Latifah, I'm sorry.
Don't even
I have
lie.
not seen. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that movie. What platform is it on?
It's on
DVD?
Actually, it's on Hulu.
DVD.
It's on
DVD.
Hulu right now.
It didn't even
Hulu
make
right
it.
now.
It didn't even make streaming.
It did. You know what? I own that movie. I own the book. I own the movie. Listen, I told Tonio for his cornbread review, because you know how he doing his little throwbacks. He need to put that in there. He hasn't put it in there yet. So this is my opportunity to show the world, you know, that Queen of the Dam is top tier.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and drop a cornbread review. You ain't got to go through all of the segments that Tonio does, but just the final. How many cornbread?
Out of
He was
5.
judging me. He asked me the same questions. All right. So how the line, the basis, very good. I give that a 4 out of 5.
Hey.
All right. Fire. Casting, top tier. You know, you got Aaliyah. You know, you got Stuart Townsend. Fire. Okay. During that time, great. All right. Great casting. Everybody was good. All right.
Okay.
Now, I mean, it's like how it is, like, I guess, like the graphics and, you know, like how they were during that time. Maybe it could have been better, but I personally love it. If I could step back from maybe who, you know, Tonio's a hater anyway. So you can't. Anything, you know,
I'm letting you get it off.
like,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because he was trying, and he wanted me to compare it to other movies.
Mhm.
Blade, he thought I was crazy because I said it was better than Blade.
All right, we out. This is the A Square podcast.
I love it. I love it. Baby sister getting her shots in.
All right. So overall, out of 5, what you give it?
A 5.
A
It's a
5
5?
out of 5.
A
Okay.
5
All
out
right.
of 5.
All right.
Literally. It's on Hulu. Check it out.
All right.
All
And
right.
see,
Jamie asked me.
what do you give it, Tonio?
Ass. Go ahead. Next question. Next question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There you go. There you go. And see, Latifah, I apologize because I only watch movies that have a cornbread review. So if there hasn't been a cornbread review, I haven't watched it. That's
because you know what? It's because the host is a hater. It's fine. He can have his opinion. You know, everybody. Look, I'm about to hit you with the dramatics. You ready?
Do the crying. Kenosha.
Are we in Kenosha?
Kenosha.
Kenosha?
I gotta tune it in. Everybody can have their opinion. And you know, my brother is just, you know, him. You can't really explain Tonio. Tonio is Tonio, you know.
That's a fact.
It's okay. It's okay, Tonio. I still love you no matter what you think about my movie.
Love you
That
too.
cry is not going to work, Tifa. You got to have, in order for it to really be effective, you got to get the ugly cry. It can't be like you was way too laid back and chill and cute still with your cry. Like you got to make the ugly face. You got
Boogers coming out.
Yeah,
I feel you.
and sniffing and snorting and whatnot.
So it was
got
just like Queen of the Damned, how she just acts. So don't worry about it. So anyway.
Her acting was no good. On that acting, I'm only going to be a 2 out of 5 cornbread.
Good thing I didn't pick that career.
There you go.
Any more let's say interviews, professions, or anything you think we should try to get on the show? You know, it's a lot of, you know, in my head, I got a lot of financial stuff that I got coming up, definitely real estate. And I got some stuff, you know, I don't tell y'all nothing. So we got some stuff in the works, but what's something maybe that you like, man, I wish they had talk about that more, or that topic, or bring this person on. So Jamie, you go first. What's some future stuff for us?
For sure. So I'm right with you. I was kind of anticipating that thought process because I really love the financial literacy. Any topic, any information that can come out about that, I think is so valuable. I really don't like the way that it isn't taught to us. You know, there's so many things that aren't taught from a financial literacy standpoint that would really benefit not only the Black community, but just everyone in general. You know what I mean? Just knowing the game. So any information on that, like I would be, that would jump to the top of my favorite episode list. So whatever you guys can do with that would be great. Whether it be about stocks and investing, real estate, ways to protect your assets after you start to acquire them, anything along those lines are definitely very interesting to me.
We got
The
you.
other topic.
Oh, go ahead. My fault.
No, you're good. The other topic that that really interests me too is anything with mental health. I know Aaron, DJ, he talks about it from time to time, and he'll kind of tiptoe around the surface of it, not really diving completely in, but I know it's in him. So I really look forward to the time where we, on the A Squared podcast, really take a deep dive into mental health. Is something that as men, especially as Black men, that we kind of shy away from. We don't really like to dig into those emotions and those feelings and get true healing. So any time that window and that door can be opened up and we can really dive into that, not to just, I don't want to say whine about it, but really get to the part to where we're healing what's inside of us. I would really, really enjoy that. So
Appreciate that. And some more exclusive information. So we had 2 individuals on the books to kind of cover financial literacy. And then that's the week that COVID happened and shut everything down. So I was like, oh, so that's kind of why I don't tell people what we have either, because I don't want to, people gonna hold you to it, right? And I hold myself to it. So that's just more of an exclusive that we had those individuals. So I've tried to double back a couple of times, but if not, we can pivot. More people know a lot of stuff about that, right? So thank you for those requests. Latifah, who you got, or what professionals you got?
So I got 2 things.
Okay.
So the first one is it's not really like, I want to kind of have an update on that group of Black individuals that was going to start that community.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I really wanted to update
Ashley
that.
Scott. Ashley Scott.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I really wanted to update on that because I'm like, dang, I wonder how that's going because, with the community trying to get back from COVID, even though it's still going on, like I see it every day at my job, constantly. So I kind of want to see how that's going and how she's doing.
That was a top 5 interview.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then the second one, I'm in healthcare, I know you've had doctors, but there's a lot more doctors. So maybe some RNs, LPNs, you got the CNA, you got me who's like a tech, I'm a tech, or you got, the pharmacist, we got more with mental health. So, you got the psychologists, just other, other things like that. If you could get a flight nurse, that would be great because that's the career I want to be. That's my job that I want to become. So
what's it called? Flight
just
nurse?
Stuff like that. Yeah, it's a flight nurse.
Okay. Hey man, you know what I could do, man. I always say the answer is always no. That's always been my motto. So I'm gonna shoot out some stuff, see what we can get. You never know.
I also want to throw a little shameless plug. When talking about episodes that I really enjoy, the thing or the times when I really can't miss A Squared podcast is when y'all are live. When I can see Aaron's faces that he's making, and I can see Tonio lean back and like throw his hands up and smile and laugh. Man, that makes it special. So whenever we can get the A Squared podcast to really drop those episodes where it's videos on YouTube, DJ, I know who it's on. Like, let's go. Let's get it. Like, if I can be here on video, I think DJ will do a wonderful job with that. So when we get some more video content, that would be great.
So this is episode.
If Aaron knows how to behave, though.
Yeah, he be tripping. So this is episode 115. Once again, I got one of my little sisters on, Latifah, and we got cousin Jamie. I need something from y'all though. One thing. So I need both of you guys to go. I'm gonna have Latifah go first. There's somebody out there right now, and it's their first episode they're listening to A Square Podcast. So I need you to promote why they need to listen to A Square Podcast. So Latifah, you go first, man.
It's my favorite saying that y'all say. Keep your shoes by your feet. Just always keep your shoes by your feet. You know, y'all give us a little bit of everything. Keep it real. I haven't heard a lie yet. You know, Aaron might cancel y'all eventually, but you know,
Yeah, he is. He is.
It's coming.
He will.
Other than that, I mean, you got my big bro, you know, yeah, he's doing what he needs to do. It's giving what it's supposed to give. You know, that's y'all should be our other motto. It's giving what it's supposed to give. Yeah. Okay. So you get some little spicy here, sweet there, you know, the best of both worlds. You keep it 100. That's what I love about it.
Thank you. Jamie, what you gonna tell the first listener?
Man, if it's your first episode of the A Square Podcast, you're not gonna have to listen to me, first off. So don't let that deter you. But when you get to sit and tune in to DJ, Aaron, Cornbread, they're gonna entertain you, they're gonna educate you. It's gonna be topics that you're not gonna know what's coming, but it's gonna be something that you're gonna enjoy listening to. And it's just two brothers just keeping it real. You can genuinely feel their love and respect for each other, which is fun to listen to their banter back and forth within that relationship. But then they also are gonna be funny. Cornbread and DJ Aaron are two of the most hilarious people
Thank you.
that I have ever been around. Like literally, that I say they should have their own stand-up special. But you get a little piece of that every single week, maybe every single week on the A Square Podcast. So tune in, and I hope you love it.
And thank you. And I'll also say to the first time listener, no episodes are the same, bro. We got 115 of these things, and they not the same. You know, like, so just make sure you're getting fresh material that we dropping, man, you know, because this isn't easy. It might look easy that we doing it, but it's not. Like I said, it's a full-time job, but we here for y'all, you know. So first, I would love to say thank you to Latifah for coming on the episode. I really appreciate that. Can you please shout out maybe some of your Instagram, get some followers up, or how people can reach you?
Okay, so my Instagram is Latifah_Parrish. It's LATIF as in Frank, not SAH, and then _PARRISH. And then my Snapchat, I know it's so stupid. I made it when I was like freshman year of high school. It's Blondie_Tia13. It's my basketball number.
Oh, basketball hooper. Let's go.
Yeah.
Our whole family is athletes.
Yeah.
We got to do something.
Yeah, she was a beast. And then Jamie, how can the people reach you, or if they ever want to contact you, man?
You know, social media. If Aaron was on here right now, he would have started laughing right off the bat about how old I am. You old man, like you just so old. Look at you. I don't really have a lot of social media. My name is James Richardson. I believe that's who I am on Facebook, Snapchat, and everything. I mean, I just put my name. I don't have anything fancy for any of those platforms. But I'm just a laid back cat. You know, you might catch me in traffic sometime.
No problem. And then also, you know, I'll be remiss. Hey, DJ, shout out to you, man. We miss you. You're taking care of something. Like I said, it's nothing bad, but you know, each episode, even though you ain't here, you're still here, right? This is a tandem thing. So we appreciate you too, man, for listening. We appreciate the listeners. Make sure you subscribe, www.asquarepodcast.com. Go get you some Wolfmane. Subscribe to Cornbread Movie Review. We working, man. You can reach me at Cornbread1016. And that's it, man. Definitely, before we get out of here, everybody wants to know what keep your shoes by your feet means. And I might tell you right now. Y'all ready?
Oh,
Look
okay.
at Latifah. Look at Latifah. Look. You ready? Stay tuned next week. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'll holler at y'all next time.
Hey, but you know what?
What?
We don't know what it means. But guess what?
You know what
My
it means.
shoes is by my feet.
That's right.
I don't know what it means, but I'm gonna keep them there for
Hey,
sure.
You definitely need to keep your shoes by your feet. So we appreciate y'all and we love y'all. I'll holla at y'all. Peace.
Love y'all too.